Hello and welcome back to another World of Warcraft guide. This time we're going to be talking about the Isle of Giants, which is a fun little place to the north of Conlai Summit. And what you can get here is 4 different mounts. The mounts themselves are actually sometimes a bit of a pain in the arse to get, but they're kind of cool if you're into dinosaurs. So first of all, this is probably going to require some decent gear actually, either that or a party at least. People with a full set of Siege of Orgrimmar gear should be able to solo just about everything here, but maybe 1 or 2 of the larger things won't be as efficient, so they won't be worth bothering with. Anyway, there are a total of 4 mounts from the island, with 1 being purchased with larger dinosaur bones, and the other 3 dropping from a rare egg. But no matter what you decide to do, you will have to kill some dinosaurs. So there are 3 kinds of dinosaur mobs on the island. There are Direhorns, Devilsaurs, and Terrorwings. The Direhorns and Devilsaurs come in large and small variants. So first of all, Direhorns. Well, both the small and large ones use a ability called Triple Puncture. This will give you a stacking debuff that will increase your damage taken by subsequent triple punctures by 10% for 30 seconds, so it definitely can hurt, especially if you are a melee player. Then they also have Trihorn Charge, which causes them to run at you and knock you back. Then the large ones have got an ability called Double Swipe, in addition to that, which is an AoE cone in front and behind them that is a little bit like the one on Horadon. Well, actually, it's exactly like it. So the small ones drop around 8 bones each, and the large ones drop around 20. The small ones can be easily killed, and they are probably the easiest dinosaur on the island. However, the large ones definitely are quite a bit harder. If you're ranged, make sure to kite them, and if you have a pet, use it as much as possible. If you're melee, then you'll just have to use survival cooldowns and, for a triple puncture when stacks get too high, and maybe just try to burst your way through them. Okay, so next we have Devilsaurs. I found these to be a little bit harder due to their higher damage output and the fact that they could actually, feasibly kill my pet. So they have an ability called Crush, which will decrease your armor by 10% for 30 seconds. That's both the large and the small variants. This isn't a massive problem. What was the main problem for me was just the raw damage that they deal through their white attacks. Then the large Devilsaur has an additional ability called Piercing Roar. This does 150,000 AoE damage, it will interrupt you, and it will silence the interrupted spell's School for 6 seconds. It definitely hurts quite a bit. The small ones drop in around 12 bones, and the large ones drop a nice 40. I actually opted just to use my pet's heroism to kill the large ones, otherwise it's very easy to get yourself killed, honestly. Being a hunter definitely helped though, and I'm just not sure if this would be feasible to solo for other classes. Maybe if you're a Blood Death Knight or something like that, it could work. The smaller guys though are dead simple. Okay, so finally we have the Terrorwings. These deal a lot of damage, but I did find them to be rather more manageable. They regularly hit for quite a bit with their white attacks, and then they will use an ability called Skycall from time to time. This is very obvious, and it will deal 200,000 damage to anyone in front of the Terrorwing, so be sure to run away from it, and they drop around 16 bones. So overall, I would focus on killing all of the Direhorns, though the large ones, maybe if you are a melee player, they just won't be feasible, but kill at least all the small Direhorns, the small Devilsaurs, and if possible, the Terrorwings. You'll be able to bite off more and more at a time with increasing gear levels, but especially if you're not at, say, normal Siege of Orgrimmar gear, I'm 554 I think at the minute, and I was even finding the large Devilsaurs to be kind of tricky, so yeah, it definitely can be hard. So then, in terms of mounts, well, you can get the Bone White Primal Raptor for 9,999 from the NPC in the cave, who I will show on a map, and then he also sells a Porcupine for 1,000 bones. It's a pet. Then the dinosaurs on the island all have a chance of dropping a Primal Egg, though the Devilsaurs appear to have a higher drop rate. The egg will hatch 3 days after you get it, and it can either be a black Primal Raptor, a green Primal Raptor, or a red Primal Raptor. You can only have 1 egg in your inventory at once, though, so you may just want to go here, get your egg, and then just come back in a few days. And you can actually receive duplicate Raptors, so you could get multiple ones of the same color, which is a little bit annoying. Then finally, you can kill these Zalandari Dinomancers that are near Indasta for a chance of getting 1 of 4 different kinds of Fossil Raptor pet. And that is it for the video. Overall, the Isle of Giants is actually kind of fun. The mobs definitely require a decent bit of concentration to kill, and if you're into getting some of those nice mounts, then it should be for you. Anyway, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.